Greetings, AMCers. This is Roth Cornett here with John Campia of the AMC Movie News blog. Hey, listen, we're still 5 months away from the 5th and possibly final installation of the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 2. But now rumors are emerging online that Lionsgate is actually planning to reboot the franchise within the next couple of years. Now, this is coming out of a horror website, Bloody Disgusting, who's saying that they have inside information that Lionsgate is exploring the possibilities, if not a reboot or a remake, possibly a spin-off or a one-off or some version of the saga continuing on. They recently bought Summit Entertainment, who owns Twilight.
Yeah.
And so they have also released the hugely popular and wildly successful Hunger Games this year. So I don't actually blame them at all for looking at this as a possibility. I have a sneaking suspicion that this rumor may have been leaked to see if there's interest.
Well, and it's interesting too, because when Bloody Disgusting put out this quote-unquote inside information that they claim is very true, they said, look, they're going to deny it. Bloody Disgusting said they are going to come out and deny it, and other sites are going to say it's not true.
Which they did.
But we are telling you it's true.
Yeah.
And sure enough, the head of Lionsgate came out and said definitively, this isn't true. Unless Stephanie Meyers wants to do more books, this isn't true. But that's exactly what Bloody Disgusting said they were going to say.
And there's your key, though. Unless Stephanie Meyer wants to do more books. There's your key, because the thing is, she has hinted recently that maybe perhaps she would re-explore this world. And frankly, she'd be kind of crazy not to. Given the financial success, I know a lot of people have opinions about this franchise. I'm actually not giving an opinion about the franchise itself. I'm just talking about the financial success. She had written a portion of a book called Midnight Sun, which was the story told once again through Edward's point of view. It leaked online. She cut off the project. She said, I'm not coming back to it. But I think it's possible that that could be a key in back into this world, is Midnight Sun.
I mean, that's definitely possible. Look, when you have a franchise like Twilight, you are printing your own money.
Yes.
It's just as simple as that. And I think... Look, I think Lionsgate would do an entire movie franchise on Kellen Lutz.
Sure.
If they could still stick the Twilight tag on it, they know it'll still make $100 million. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't blame them for that at all. But the concept of actually doing a reboot.
Yeah.
Now, look, this is different from people who might say to me, well, John, you know, they're rebooting Spider-Man, they rebooted the Hulk, blah, blah. That's different, because while it's the same character and your same basic mythology of who that character is, they're different movies and they're different stories. You're talking about rebooting a novel. You're talking about the same story, the same characters. And I just don't see Lionsgate or anybody else, even if there was money to be made, and I will go so far as to say there is not money to be made in rebooting Twilight purely as a reboot.
Not purely as a reboot.
But spin-off movies, with or without Stephanie Meyer, I think they could run down and do a Jackson Rathbone character movie, or do a Kellen Lutz movie. I could see them doing that, because I think there's an audience for it.
I think there's an audience for it. I don't think that there's a $2 billion worldwide gross audience for it. I do think
but it doesn't need to be that big.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be that big, but I think if you do it on a smaller budget, which they've actually been very judicious with the budgets on these
Twilight
films.
movies has been extremely small budget movies.
They have been. And so I think if you do it for a smaller budget, you're going to have an audience. But I also do think that, listen, hey, Midnight Sun, there are plenty of fans of this franchise that want to see that book and that would definitely see that film.
But wouldn't that book just be, I mean, if it's the same story just told from Edward's point of view, who's already a central character in the first one, isn't that just the same movie? I just can't see them doing that.
I don't think it really has to be the same movie. I think that what you do is you sort of tell the love story in a different way. It's sort of like I'm not comparing this to Rashomon, but if there was a Rashomon version of Twilight, it would be just shifting the lens and redoing the love story and there are some people that are not entirely, as wildly popular as it is, happy with the cinematic rendition of Twilight, you know, and there are some fans of the book series that would happily see another take on it. Then do you have the same cast? That's the question.
I mean, that becomes a big question. You can't get the same cast back for the type of budget they want to do. But listen, folks, we want to know, what do you think? Do you think there's any validity to these rumors about Lionsgate wanting to continue on with the Twilight franchise? And if so, would you be all for it? Would you like to see them do a spin-off film? Would you like to see them do a reboot, even though we don't think that's feasible? But let us know your thoughts. Listen, folks, don't forget, you can get theater showtime information and buy all your movie tickets right now, 24/7 at amctheaters.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and and on Facebook. And do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. For Roth Cornett, my name's John Campia. Thank you so much for joining us. And until next time, bye-bye.